So we were developing a brief for this scheme, this Bartholomew Barn, with them, and discussing the Passive House standard. And it was very timely. We were then able to introduce the Saint-Gobain building group, whose multi-comfort concept seemed so well aligned with the school's aims. So it was almost as it seemed that this was like a marriage made in heaven, if you like, that we had an enlightened client, we had an enlightened building supply company, and we were able to bring them together. I hope when you come to a building like this and you can see that despite what our legislators may be doing at the moment, that good buildings are possible, good buildings are affordable, good buildings and green buildings have demonstrable benefits, that we will all be doing more of these. We will see this isn't just a hair shirt philosophy that we must be green, although it's a boring and dull thing. Green can be great, green can be fun, and green can really be an enlightened way forward, I very strongly believe. There are a lot of lovely Worcestershire cruck barns and so forth around. There's a very strong, in this Warwickshire and Worcestershire area, very strong tradition of timber frame buildings. So we were drawing strongly on that architecturally. And I think as well in sustainability terms, timber is a building material which locks up carbon. It's taking carbon out of the atmosphere and it's locking it up in that building for, we hope, 60 years, or some Elizabethan timber buildings have been there for 500 years. So it's a very green building in that respect. And the asymmetric form of this barn, because this is clearly not a medieval barn, it's a 21st century take on a barn, is generated partly by the need for north light. So these roof lights above you are all facing north, so that we're not worried about getting too cold in the winter in a building like this. We're more worried about getting too hot in the summer, and so all the roof lights face north so that we're not getting direct sun in at this time of year. Generated partly by that and partly by the fact that when we're playing badminton in here, we need not to have this big blind box thing, but we do need to have the headroom in the middle, so we've got a flatter bit in the middle. We developed very much in partnership the wall construction, for instance, where we've finessed from some typical passive house buildings which have been done before. On a building like this, we've finessed and simplified down the sort of buildability and constructability of this, so that I hope that buildings of this type are really just on the cusp of becoming mainstream buildings. And we're really looking forward to the fact that all these little gizmos which are protected by cones up and down the building are not necessary for the running of the building. These are all to monitor which is being done by Tensor in huge detail. All the way through the slab, we've got monitors at different levels, and all the way through the roof construction, so that I hope the data we get from this building over the next few years will be able to inform the trade and the profession as to the lessons to be learnt from this, and both the outcomes, the educational outcomes. And so we hope that we'll be able to improve on a sort of yardstick of using perhaps only 5% of the energy of a typical school for this, and I'm sure the educational results will be a lot better than 5% above the average. Thank you very much.